Hello guys, welcome to Psychology of Freedom. So, dapat itong topic na to, January pa to, kaso I underwent some transition kaya medyo na-delay. Pero anyway, pag-uusapan natin ngayon yung tinatawag na unconscious, also known as the shadow. 'Di ba? Binabanggit ko na to pero never ko pa siya fully na-explain. So, sa tingin ko, tayo as a nation, as a country, ito yung kulang sa atin. Kulang tayo sa shadow integration. Joyful tayo na country, pero medyo kulang tayo sa wisdom and maturity kasi there's great shame pagdating sa shadow natin. So, ano ba yung shadow? Ano ba tong unconscious? Ito yung parts sa sarili natin na sinupress natin, nireject natin, dinideny natin, or hindi natin tinatanggap kasi hindi siya accepted ng environment natin or ng society. Ito yung kinoconsider natin na bad, negative, unpleasant. Pero it's not really bad, na condition lang tayo, na program yung mind natin to think na it's bad. Dahil sa past experiences natin, kapag nakaranas tayo ng punishment, shame, and guilt sa mga yon. So essentially, meron tayong tinatawag na inner yin and yang. Yung ego natin, yan yung nagre-represent ng yang kasi yan yung accepted, yan yung nakakakuha ng social approval, validation, safety. Kaya yan yung pinapakita natin, yan yung nasa light. Yung unconscious naman, yan yung nagre-represent ng yin. Kasi yan yung hindi tanggap, yan yung hindi makakuha ng validation, yan yung hindi safe na ipakita, kaya hidden siya. Siya yung nasa dark. So, lahat ng nireject natin sa psyche natin, sa sarili natin, napupunta sa shadow, hindi tayo aware kasi automatic yun sa brain natin, di ba? Isa lang yung job ng brain to keep us safe. It doesn't matter kung maging fragmented tayo sa personality natin, kung maging divided tayo sa personality natin. So, hindi tayo aware na habang tumatanda tayo, habang dumadami yung experiences natin, lumalaki rin ng lumalaki yung shadow natin, yung suppressed part sa personality natin. So, akala natin, kilalang kilala na natin yung sarili natin. Akala natin, alam na natin lahat tungkol sa sarili natin. Pero, sorry to say, meron tayong tinatawag na shadow, unknown sa personality natin. We don't know a lot about who we are kasi much of who we are nasa unconscious. So kung nakikita nyo tong iceberg na to, yung nakasubmerge sa water, yung hindi nakikita, yung hidden, yung unknown, yan yung shadow natin. Wala yan sa conscious awareness natin. Yung nasa taas naman, yung visible, yan yung ego. Diyan aware tayo. So, massive part ng personality natin, ni wala tayong idea, ni wala tayong clue. Yung nasa taas lang na part, yan lang yung alam natin, which is maybe approximately just 20% of who we actually are. So, at least man lang, di ba, we want to know at least 80% of who we are before we die. So, pag-uusapan natin yan mamaya kung paano. So, itong shadow natin, meron yang pa-sneak peek kapag ka natitrigger tayo, naiirita tayo, nagagalit tayo, basta any charged emotion, 'di ba? Nagugulat tayo, parang hindi tayo yung usual self natin kasi sa mga time na 'yan, nagwi-weaken yung hold ng ego natin, ng social mask. Nagkakaroon ng chance mag-slip out si shadow. So, yan yung way ng unconscious natin para makuha yung attention natin. And yung unconscious natin, hindi tayo tatantanan until we process. So, masyadong abstract, di ba? Pero let me give you examples para maging concrete siya. So, first example, meron akong kilala, affiliated siya sa church. Sobra siyang masunurin sa church. Pag sinabing bawal mag-girlfriend, hindi siya mag-girlfriend. Pagka sinabing bawal kang kumain ng ganitong pagkain, susundin niya. Pag sinabing 3 times a week, dapat nasa church siya, gagawin niya kahit sobrang puyat siya or busy siya. Gagawin niya to the point of self-neglect, to the point of neglecting yung needs niya. Tapos nung nakita niya itong isang church member na hindi sumusunod, nagjowa, na-trigger siya. So ang ginawa niya, sinumbong niya para matigil yung relationship. So from the outside, it can look like na ay kasalanan talaga ng taong yun kasi hindi siya sumusunod. Pero pag tinignan mo yung history nitong nagsumbong, it's all about our history, di ba? Nung bata pala siya, every time na hindi siya sumusunod, halimbawa pagka hindi siya natulog sa tanghali, mapapalo siya. Pagka lumabas siya ng bahay, um, mapapalo siya. Pagka naglaro siya ng video games, papaluin siya, sisigawan siya, ipapahiya siya. So, anong nangyayari unconsciously? Since hindi safe ipakita yung part na yun ng sarili niya, yung free-willing na part na yun ng sarili niya, nirepress ng brain niya yon, napunta sa shadow, and in turn, nag-develop yung brain niya ng compliant or masunurin na ego mask. Pero that's not who he really is. That's who he had to become to survive. And ngayon, sa current life niya, minimirror sa kanya ng ibang tao yung lost part na yon ng sarili niya na nireject niya in childhood. It's asking to be brought to the surface para ma-heal, para ma-integrate, para makabalik siya dun sa authentic essence niya. So, ganyan makipag-communicate sa atin ng unconscious through our mirrors. Siyempre, hindi yan makakapagsalita. Hindi naman niya masasabi na, oh, ito yung lost part ng sarili mo na dapat mong i-reclaim. No. It communicates through symbols, through reflection. Kailangan natin siyang i-decode. Ano yung sinasabi ng situation na to about me? Ano yung nire-reflect nito sa akin? Diba? We have to do our part. And pag hindi natin na-integrate yung shadow natin, we will always blame and vilify yung outside person as the cause of our trigger. So, yan. Another example, I know someone, medyo may edad na siya, babae siya. Tapos, ang sabi niya, hindi daw niya kayang manood ng anything sexual. Movies kaya niya kasi censored. Pero yung totoong parang intercourse, hindi niya kaya. Talagang she's repelled by it. Tapos sobra siyang ilang sa mga lalaki. Kahit aakbayan lang siya, ayaw niya, naiilang siya, natitrigger siya. Tapos dito sa specific person na to, uncomfortable siya kasi very sensual, sexually expressive. In short, comfortable in their own body. And syempre, galing ulit yan sa history niya. Nung bata pala siya, around 6 years old, nung sinabi niya yung word na sex, in Tagalog, sinampal-sampal siya ng mother niya. So, see, sex is a very neutral word. Pero for some reason, meron tayong shame attached to it. It's being vilified. Pero galing yan sa conditioning natin of what is good or bad. And sa stories that we make around it. So, sex is neutral. It's a normal process of life. Biological yan. Parte yan ng nature natin. Pero dahil sa conditioning natin, ng culture natin, we have great shame. Diba? So, we hide, we conceal, and we pretend. Diba? So, itong girl na to, lumaki siyang takot, ayaw, uncomfortable sa sex. Iniisip niya na masama ang sex. Iniisip niya na masama siya pag nakapanood siya ng anything related to sex. Dinis-own niya yung part na yon ng sarili niya. Kaya she's divided, split from within. On one hand, ito yung nature niya, pero on another hand, culture says it's bad, so may inner conflict. Fortunately, yung psyche natin, gumagawa siya ng paraan para makabalik tayo dun sa authentic nature natin. In her case, naka-attract siya ng tao na magre-reflect nung denied na part na yon sa sarili niya para ma-heal yung inner split, ma-integrate yung part na yon ng sarili niya. So, yung mga tao na attract natin, it's not random. Meron siyang deeper purpose. Di lang natin nare-realize. So, and I don't mean na mag-indulge tayo ha. That's a story. 'Di ba? Ganyan kasi yung brain natin, 'di ba? Gustong i-oversimplify lahat. So pag hindi siya bad, ibig sabihin it's good. Pag hindi siya up, ibig sabihin it's down. Pag hindi siya right, ibig sabihin it's left. If she doesn't love me, ibig sabihin she hates me. So we think in terms of black and white, extreme black and white, walang middle ground. Hindi natin kayang i-handle yung complexity ng nature natin at ng nature ng life. Pero understandable yon kasi psychological expansion comes with age. 'Di ba? So, anyway, another example, ako halimbawa, nade-drain ako sa grupo na puro chismisan, puro ibang tao yung topic sa conversation, puro turuan, sisihan. In my mind, ginajudge ko sila, 'di ba? Ano ba naman 'yan, laging ganito, di na tayo makamove forward. Pero actually, I'm hypocritical kasi pag tinignan ko yung history ko, especially nung time na wala pa akong masyadong alam sa psychology, I do it too. Topic ko rin yung ibang tao, victim mindset din ako, even until now. Ang difference lang, I can deconstruct my own mind and come back to center. So, I'm no better. So, lagi yan pagka meron tayong small annoyances, irritation sa ibang tao, pag nag-dig deeper tayo sa history natin, somewhere we will find na ginagawa din natin yun in some other version. Pero minsan, 'di ba, in denial tayo kasi meron tayong distorted na self-image in our heads na never tayong makakagawa ng mali, na palagi tayong tama, we can never do wrong, never tayong makakasakit, etc. Basically, we're saints. Pero that's our delusion, distorted thinking. It's not true. And yung ego natin wants to protect yung self-image na yan at all cost. Kasi painful, di ba, na i-confront yung truth of who we are. Now, we are flawed, we are ordinary, we are stumbling human beings just like any other human being. So, we're not so special. So, ako dati hindi ko yun tanggap sa sarili ko. Feeling ko, ang bait-bait ko, feeling ko maganda lang yung intention ko, pero hindi. Na-realize ko, napaka-venomous ng words ko. Ruthless. Kaya, okay, I'm not really the nicest person I want to believe I am, so I'm no better. And I dethrone myself sa pedestal of being the morally superior person. 'Di ba? So, when we see ourselves clearly, nang walang distortion, na-embrace natin, natanggap natin talaga yung shadow natin, mas nagiging accepting and non-judgmental tayo sa shadow ng ibang tao. Pero if you don't know your shadow, you're dangerous. So, dun tayo sa last na example. May nag-open sa akin, na-trigger daw siya dun sa nagtitinda kasi hindi daw siya pinrioritize. Nauna daw siya pero iba yung unang inasikaso. So, kung iisipin mo, valid yung inis niya, 'di ba? Pero kung ganito kalit na bagay, tapos grabe yung trigger mo, grabe yung emotional charge mo, yan yung sign na something wants to come out, something wants to be known, something wants to be integrated sa shadow mo. So, and then na-figure out ko na inaabuso niya pala yung sarili niya sa work, sa expectation sa kanya, ng mga tao sa paligid niya, overscheduled siya. So, sabi ko sa kanya, yung nagtitinda, minirror niya yung current relationship mo sa sarili mo. You don't prioritize you, you don't give importance to you don't honor you don't listen to you don't listen to your body. You don't even have a relationship with yourself. It doesn't exist. Ganyan tayo, di ba? Meron tayong relationship sa friends natin, sa jowa natin, sa family, even sa animals. Pero yung relationship natin with ourselves, zero. It's non-existent. Pero this is the person you need to understand the most. This is the person you need to figure out. Hindi yung, not your crush, not your partner, not your parents, not the celebrities, not even your children. It's you. 'Di ba? You will not know you if you don't spend time with you. Ano bang ginagawa natin, 'di ba? Pag tayo lang mag-isa, walang stimulation, walang social media, walang music, nothing. Nabobore tayo, 'di ba? Sobra siyang uncomfortable, we want to run. 'Di ba? We don't like our own company, we don't like being with ourselves. Naghahanap tayo ng distraction. Siyempre, pinakamadali sa social media, sa mga tao, sa friends, sa computer games, sa YouTube videos, anything, just so we don't get to be with ourselves kasi we can't stand to be with ourselves. And ito yung dahilan kung bakit hindi natin kilala yung sarili natin. So, you are the person you need to understand, prioritize, accept, forgive, celebrate, bigyan ng compassion, bigyan ng kindness. Kasi all other relationships are just a reflection of it. So, yan. So, based sa examples, 'di ba? Anong napansin nyo? everyone is our mirror. They are showing us part of who we are. So, pag ganito yung natin tinignan, yung bawat relationship, there's no me versus you. There's only me knowing me. Yan. So, paano natin ngayon mai-integrate yung shadow? Meron tayong two ways. One is pag na-trigger ka. Second is by actively spending time with yourself. So, itong mga to yung tinatawag na inner work. Kasi it's not about the other. It's about you. It's about you reflecting on you. So, una, paano natin i-process yung trigger? Siyempre, awareness. Awareness na na-trigger ako, naiinis ako, emotionally charged ako, off balance ako. So, just by recognizing, that's a great step. Kasi nag-create ka na ng space, nag-detach ka sa trigger mo, hindi ka na identified dun sa trigger mo. So, most of us don't even realize, di ba? We just blindly react. Pangalawa, instead of suppressing yung emotion mo, we lean into it without judgment. Clarity doesn't come kapag nag-resist tayo or ginudge natin yung emotion. Kasi ibablock ng emotion natin yung perception natin. So you have to allow. 'Di ba? Emotion naman is just pressure wanting to be released, 'di ba? So pangatlo, we come with real curiosity. What is this trying to tell me about me? Anong gustong sabihin ng mirror na to about me? So instead of focusing dun sa trigger mo, you focus on yourself. You focus on the mirror. 'Di ba? Withdraw mo yung projection mo, tapos you look at yourself. So with enough space, kusang lalabas 'yan. Old wounds ba 'yan from the past? Meron ka bang hindi ina-accept na part ng sarili mo or hindi ina-allow na part ng sarili mo? Or ina-abandon mo ba yung sarili mo? It's only those three things, usually. So sa una, you will need the help of other people to do this. Pero the more you reflect, 'di ba? The more na pina-practice mo yung introspection, the more you spend time with yourself, the more you gain mastery over your own psychology. So that's one way of integrating the shadow. Another one is through learning to be with yourself. Pwedeng through meditation, kahit 10 minutes a day lang yan, journaling. Basta you are with yourself, you're in your body, not in the mind. 'Di ba? Walang stimulation, walang distraction, walang gadget, walang anything. 'Di ba? Just you being with yourself without needing to escape. 'Di ba? I-allow mo lang what's going to show up. And yes, sobrang uncomfortable siya na process and you have to like yourself enough to do this. Pero sa empty space na 'yan, that's where we discover who we are. So in summary, yung shadow natin, it's not bad. It's our lack of understanding of ourselves. That's bad. Kasi pinoproject natin yung shadow natin sa ibang tao. Pero there's no real enemy on the outside. Except, syempre, siguro, pag physical abuse. 'Di ba? Physical oppression. Pero if it's mental, it's usually us. So kung ano yung ginajudge natin sa iba, yun yung ginajudge natin sa sarili natin. Kung ano yung kinikriticize natin sa iba, yun yung kinikriticize natin sa sarili natin. Kung ano yung hindi natin matanggap sa iba, yun yung hindi natin matanggap sa sarili natin. And kung ano yung sinusuppress natin sa iba, yan yung sinusuppress natin sa sarili natin. So there's no enemy on the outside. It's the enemy on the inside na kailangan nating i-heal, i-integrate, bigyan ng compassion. 'Di ba? So yan yung hero's journey, reconciling with the pieces of ourselves na disown natin, ni-reject natin, and we become more whole. 'Di ba? Wholeness doesn't mean perfection or permanent inner peace. Hindi. It simply means authenticity, going back dun sa authentic state natin, sa authentic essence natin, bago pa tayo na condition. And we stop being at war with ourselves. So, yun lang. Sana may napulot kayo. Thank you so much for listening and watching. See you sa next video.